We've been sharing about the gospel that Jesus is the Christ until the last video. After understanding the gospel, what becomes important is how we believe in it. We should look into what it means to accept Jesus when discussing faith. In this and next video, I will cover the topic of accepting Jesus Christ, since the concept has been seriously misunderstood today, and it has been leading people to incorrect faith. Let's first talk about the sinner's prayer or acceptance prayer. Although the prayer takes various forms, but it usually contains the admission of sin and the acceptance of Jesus into one's heart. And it's widely believed that if a person says the prayer with a sincere heart, he or she will be saved. However, saying the acceptance prayer and truly accepting Jesus into your life are two different things. One pastor even said that this kind of prayer has sent more people to hell than anything on the face of the earth. The prayer itself is not bad. However, many people misunderstand that reciting the prayer can save them. This can give people a false sense of assurance of salvation when they haven't truly accepted Jesus Christ. Without experiencing transformation or walking the path of faith, they believe that they are saved just because they said the prayer in the past and then end up in the eternal hell. I believe it's important to understand what it means to truly accept Jesus. This and the next video will talk about the acceptance and the acceptance prayer. Let me first explain the word acceptance. The Greek word for acceptance is lambano. This word means to take something or someone or hold on to it strongly to the end. Let's look at a few Bible verses that the word lambano is used. John chapter 3:11 says, "Very truly I tell you, we speak of what we know and we testify to what we have seen, but still you people do not accept our testimony." Here, lambano was used for the word accept. In John chapter 7:39, by this he meant the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were later to receive. To receive is a translation for lambano here. Galatians chapter 3:2 says, "I would like to learn just one thing from you. Did you receive the Spirit by the words of the law or believing what you have heard?" Lambano is also used here for the word to receive. 1 Corinthians chapter 9:25 says, "Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever." To get the crown, people compete eagerly in the games. Lambano is used here, to get the crown. Matthew chapter 8:17 says, "This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases." When Jesus went through the pains and sufferings on the cross, he wasn't forced to do it. He took them voluntarily and earnestly to save us. Lambano is used for to take up here. Matthew chapter 24:40 says, "Two men will be in the field, one will be taken and the another left." In this verse, lambano is used for to take. In sum, when lambano is used in the Bible, it is not a mere welcoming or invitation. It rather means to take or gain something and hold on to it until the end. Let me give you an analogy for better understanding. There are big restaurants in any country. Imagine that you are the owner of a big and popular restaurant. Guests are coming through the door. What kind of attitude would you have? How would you greet them? "Welcome. Please come in. Doors are wide open and please come and sit in our place." That would be your response. Many people accept Jesus this way. "Lord, I open my heart for you. Please come in. You're welcome. You will give me salvation and blessings, and you will guarantee great things. So I invite you into my heart. This is how people follow the prayer, thinking this is how to accept Jesus. However, acceptance is nothing like that. Let's go back to the analogy of restaurant. You are the owner of the mega restaurant that makes lots of money. For some reason, now you need to invite a new owner for the restaurant. Now you will become a servant and serve the new owner as your master. Now, the new owner is coming through the door. It's not that you are giving up the position reluctantly, you are inviting him voluntarily. You invite the new owner as the Lord of your whole life and humble yourself before him as a servant. This is lambano. This is acceptance. It's not a simple welcoming. You are inviting Jesus as your Lord and you will be his servant. This is accepting Jesus. For a long time, we have misinterpreted the acceptance, thinking that we just need to invite Jesus into our heart. It's a lot more than that. In John chapter 1:12, you can find the expression that all who did receive him, those who believed in his name, will become the children of God. This verse has been the basis for the acceptance prayer. However, it has been misused. When you receive him, whom exactly do you receive? According to John chapter 1:1, he is the Word and God. He is life and the light of all mankind. This is what we are about to receive. Saying welcome, please come into him won't be enough. From this first step, it went wrong. One more thing. What is the meaning of receiving him? According to the verse, receiving him means believing in his name. Accepting Jesus is not more welcoming, but those who receive must believe in his name. I mentioned in one of the previous videos that the names means the essence of the person. Believing in someone's name means believing in who the person is. Believing in the name of Jesus means believing that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. Therefore, Apostle John, the author of John chapter 1, verse 12, wrote in 1 John chapter 5:1 that everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God. Yes, receiving Jesus means believing that he is God's Son and the Christ. That's what's written in John chapter 20:31. Acts chapter 3, verse 16 says, "By faith in the name of Jesus, this man whom you see and know was made strong." Acts chapter 5:41 says, "The apostles left the Sanhedrin, rejoicing because they had been counted worthy of suffering disgrace for the name." And Hebrews chapter 13:15 says, "Through Jesus, therefore let us continually offer to God a sacrifice of praise, the fruit of lips that openly profess his name." To believe in his name is to believe in him. This is the true meaning of acceptance. I will continue in the next video on the topic. Thank you.